do, and I'm recording and documenting it as I do it. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is IOEG Technology Screens. We've been having some problems with an individual over in California, Baldwin Park, California. A fellow by the name of Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, who has been attacking our companies. He's been doing false reviews about our products. He's been basically taking my image and taking my image and putting me next to weird poses. He's been anything from basically defamation, slander, copyright infringement. We have now got trademark infringement. We're now unlawful use of a 3D printing machine, multiple code violations, environment violations. It just goes on and on with this fellow. So, as I said before, we are going to be going down to Allentown Police today to basically file some charges against Fernando. One of them involves a slew of charges involving the counterfeiting ring he's running out of his apartment. Where's all that at? Because I have to be up to date with that information. So right now I am on the report site. We had to be here multiple times. I have to reach out to them about Mr. Fernando's activity. Mr. Fernando is undocumented, and he wants to make it seem like he's being attacked. He's done nothing wrong. He is a criminal. So we're going to work with several agencies to have Fernando arrested and out of the country, because he is basically a menace. So let's get all this done. Now, in this report that we're going to do, I've done 2 of these already, so we have on record about him. In this report, you can go in and you can't make things up. If you do that, you're in a lot of trouble. So what Mr. Fernando doesn't understand is that not everybody can come in and make a false report. You make a false report, this could throw you in jail. I break my screen up a little bit there. And keep it low because this is taco screen. Let me see. So, are you law enforcement? No, we are not. First name, which I have to put my name in. Let me see. I'm already in the system already. So I've been here before. I'm going to use my company's information here. Put it in there. Okay. This is my private information, so I'm going to run this on the side. Alright, they need my phone number. That's already in there because I've done it before. Are you reporting this from inside the United States? Let's see. Put that he's attacking the office at 40th South this street. So we'll put that in our office here. 40th South. Now this also shows if anyone tries to go in and file a false report using the ICE agency against someone, you're just making stuff up, you can get in a lot of trouble with these forms. These forms are very thorough, which means that it's perjury. You go to jail for this. So you have to be legit on everything you write in here, and you have to have proof of everything you're saying. Street, city, Allentown. Okay, they got all my information. Okay, here we go. Now these are the sort of crimes you can put in. We have to talk to him because he has several different crimes. We already have him for cybercrime. Oh, cybercrimes. That would be a cybercrime. So it'd be cybercrime. It would be one I'm using my face without permission. That's a cybercrime. Let me see. trade, more like trade violation, import violation. Let me see, where's that from? So I need, let's see. Where do I put in report for trademark violation? Trademark violation, trademark violation. Let me see. I report trademark violation. Trademark violation, unlawful use of a 3D printer. No, listen to me. Trademark violation, unlawful use of a 3D printer. Let me see. Create trademark business without permission to generate a trademark violation, especially if you're selling or distributing the team, is create the customer confusion about the original. Go. All right. We'll post there and get all this done. Let me see. Put his information and address up. Let's go over here to our form. There we go. All right. No, this is our form. We're on a form right now doing a form. We got them here. There we go. So we have, let's see. Intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights, does that fall under trademark violations? It does. Intellectual property rights. So that would be that one right there. Trademark violation, patent comes under trademark violation, falls under intellectual rights. Bam, it's right there. Yep. That's it. I had to figure out which one it was. That's it right there. So that's what we're going to be hitting again today. We got to file 2 of these reports on him today. All right, perfect. Okay, his address, location. Let's see, follow the report, bring down FBI will be getting this here. Now, again, I can't express this enough. And the reason why all this is being done because we got a winter warning. It's snowing today. Bam, 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 bam. We got light snow when I was coming in. It was light. It's going to be heavy. We're going to be out recording today. Let me see. Here is that information. See, he's already in the system because we had to report him multiple times because he was out doing things he shouldn't have been doing. So we had to report him. He's already in the system. So I don't have to put anything really in there. He's already in there. Let's report me another report. All right. Let me see. City. His city is Baldwin Park. Baldwin Park. So you see, all we have to do is tap in the keyword, and he comes up because we filed this report against him. Now we have to go make a phone call on this. This links to FBI because we have to have this report to show that we did file with them. Let's see, Baldwin Park right here. He's in California. California. Now, Fernando, when you sit there and say that you're trying to shame me by saying at the end of the day that, oh, he's racist. No, Jamie, you commit crimes. That's the reason why we have all this stuff. You're going to tell me at the end of the day, the report that I'm putting in today is for trademark violation. It goes in for you taking people's items and selling them and making money and making a profit of other people's hard work. That's stealing, that's thieving, and trademarking. And I got to pay for patents. I paid for trademarks and everything else, copyrights for my company. And you went in and used their stuff without permission. So you don't have any respect for anybody's stuff. You really don't. And that's against the law. You broke the law when you did that. And if you broke the law, you committed a crime. So, for that's a deportation. Let me see. So, the problem with me at the end of the day, I haven't put any pressure on this. I haven't been coming. I should have been making these calls every single day. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little time out of my day. Lord, having to take time out of my day to go down to these agencies and report you over and over again and again and again. And also including with the courts. I'm going back to the courts. On Monday, I'm filing 2 lawsuits against you. One of the lawsuits is using my face without permission, which is defamation. I'll be filing that lawsuit. And another one is basically for the whole copyright thing. So I'm going to get you on a defamation lawsuit for using my face without permission. I'm going to sue you. So let's see which one comes up first. I'm also filing criminal charges against you for that. So I will be going to the courts and I will be filing to get you here. And again, as I said before, you're undocumented. So there's no way in the world you're going to be able to pass through an airport without proper paperwork. You are definitely coming here. Okay, let me see. So I'm going to add another charge to you on top of the charge you already have. Let me see. Zip code. Zip code is 9. The reason why I'm doing this, and you want to say that I'm racist, I do this out in the open. I have no problem with this because we know that you are a criminal. So this is right out in the open. I don't know what you thought you were doing, trying to basically make me look like, oh, you know, we're doing something really wrong. Buddy, if I did something wrong at the end of the day, everything I record. If I'm a person who is doing something that's incorrect and wrong, my Lord's going to deal with me. That's what he's going to do. There's no way my Lord's going to bless my hand at the end of the day if I'm out doing things I shouldn't be doing. All right, violation information, business and company information. Let me see, complaint, violator information. See both, individual and business. We got individual and business. So let's see, 3D company, you want to put up there? Let's see, business name. We got Cruise and that mix. We already have that. Now we have the 3D printing business. Cruise. Again, put that as page here. Here we go. I was going to report you did use my cube without my permission. That cube has a copyright on it. So not only did we have you basically touching other people's stuff, but you did touch my cube. Oh, I got to print that out too. Let me send that to a file so I can get a printout of that. Take that. I am following charges. You did use my copyright without my permission. And let me bring up my my file for that one too. Let me see. Crows 3D printing. Business address. Business address, apartment E, California. There's Baldwin. It's Baldwin Park. His city is Baldwin Park. California. And people going, they think he's from California. Yes. But his city is Baldwin Park. That's his city. Let me see. California. Zip code 9. I got things to do for now. I'm a very busy man. I don't have time for the criminal activity and nonsense you've been doing. So I'm just going to nip this in the butt and get this done. We got already filed. I'm going to keep calling them up. Contact them. I got to contact them every single day. Code enforcement, whoever we got to reach out to get them over to that apartment to get this thing out in the open. Let's see, information about individual. Individual. Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, Jamie Fernando. Not the full name for Fernando. Let me see. Jamie Fernando Gonzalez. Here we go. I just posted that yesterday, right there, about U.S. Customs tape. Everything we post goes directly to you. Goes directly to YouTube. So 11 hours ago, we just posted about U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and why we contacted them. Now you said you didn't break any. You didn't. What do you call it? You didn't commit any crimes here while you're in the States. Well, basically, what you just did, basically, was posting in my face and saying I was racist. Yeah, I can file charges against you for that. You just broke a crime. So you committed a crime by saying you didn't commit a crime. Yeah, that's real smart. Let's see. Let me see. I'm gonna get you a small claims court for that one. The reason why, Jamie, any court case that we get you in, you have to come here. So I'm gonna file a criminal charge, and I'm gonna file a lawsuit against you on Monday. So that means you'll have to come here for the lawsuit. If you don't show up for the lawsuit, I can still take stuff from you. But the criminal charge that I file against you, if you don't show up, you'll get a bench warrant on you for that one. We already got one already filed out, and we filed a second one on you. Let me see. Fernando Gonzalez. There's his full name in there. Let me see. That's his following information. Let me see. Jamie Fernando Gonzalez. Convention centers and trademarks in Baldwin Park, California. Alright, we'll research this one. Maybe something else we have to research on something. Alright, do we have any information for that? That involves Mr. Williams. Let me see. No. Yeah, we already did that one on this one now. So it's on we're doing now. Where's my report? This is report right there. We already had that down there. We don't need that. Check out this right here real quick. Let's see this report. Okay, we have to report a crime for that one on that side. Here we go. Okay. I'll take this right here, and I'll take this first last name is right here. And so I'll take this off. There's some paper. I'll print out this one for the second one. I'll take the FBI. What am I doing, Fernando? I'm going to take about an hour out of my day, every day, to make phone calls and to reach out, search out for the landlord. We got somebody looking for that landlord. Every single day, about any agency we can track down there to get you either in front of a judge or handcuffs. Doesn't make a difference to me. And while I'm down here, I'm going to be going to the courts back and forth, pushing to get a warrant for your arrest. Let everyone know, because we have not been doing that you are undocumented and you have been attacking a United States citizen. So Yeah, we're gonna put pressure on you, a lot of pressure on you. And I'm pretty sure sooner or later, which shouldn't take long, we're going to have an either ICE agent unit, FBI, some kind of a Baldwin Police Department, somebody. But I do know for a fact that the charges I will be following on Monday involved in this whole thing with this whole nonsense with the trademark. And on top of that, using my cube without my permission, I am filed with the CCB for another, have a process server to hit the apartment. Um, all we had to do, we were told by police in Allentown and in California, because we did talk with Baldwin police in California, we had to go to Allentown, show evidence that this is happening. They're going to file a report. Once that report is filed, it'll be transferred to Baldwin Police Department, where they're going to initiate their report, and then they can go to this apartment and go from there. So it's proof that he is running a 3D counterfeiting ring out of the apartment. Once that transfers through, I'll be contacting Baldwin Code Enforcement. I'll be contacting City Hall of Baldwin Park, and we'll be submitting those reports to them. That apartment, it has a violation on it. The violation is that in apartment E, that you're running a counterfeiting ring. You've been selling merchandise, stolen merchandise, and also storing and stockpiling stolen merchandise. And on top of that, you are not documented. You have a fake lease. Now, as you said, I said it's right on camera. So, unlike you guys, when you guys do stuff, you hide behind fake addresses, fake phone numbers, stuff like that. You don't want people knowing the lies that you spread. Everything I said, I can back up in court. Any agency I can back it up in court. I didn't lie about you counterfeiting. I didn't lie about the racist nonsense you have on your site about me. I didn't lie about you touching our copyrights. I didn't lie about any of that. All that's posted. Now, all that's posted. If all that's not true, then anyone could have easily got a lawyer and put down a cease and desist order against me, or could have had me arrested. But the reason why you can't, because you did it. So, with that being said, that's why I can come right out in the open and do this. People who have nothing to hide can do things out in the open. People who do things have things to hide, they will basically hide behind fake accounts and whatever, because they don't want people knowing who they are. Now, for the other ones like Sound Awake 5, if you believe for a hot second that Monday morning is not going to involve you, Monday morning does involve you, because I'm going to be contacting the same federal agency that I called for the Postal Service that we got on Mr. Williams. We're going to reach out to the same agent and now add your name to that list. And also, too, there is that picture that shows the individuals' names that also match the nonsense that's going over here. I need to let them know that every agency we touch now, that you guys all know each other and you've been running this little ring. So let's begin. And I can take an hour out of my day very easily, still get my work done, things that have to be done, and get this taken care of. So the reason why I'm doing this online, to show you exactly that nothing false. If anything false is putting here about you, I could get into a lot of trouble. Let's see, choose a date, remember, approximate age. Let's see, Fernando was born, let's see, he has another day, 11/11/76. So he was born November 1976. Let me see. If you were born November 1976, how old would you be now? So you're in your 40s. You're roughly 49. I would say 49. In 1176, that's his date of birth, by the way. That number right there, we were able to figure out, everybody should have known that from the door. Like, whatchamacallit, it's 1989. So that means that McAfee was born in 1989. Now they got to go check back once this investigation goes through. Who knows? He may have to check back how he got here, because they got to look at that. How did he get in here? How? Yeah, that's gonna cause problems. He's already made problems already for himself and other people. Let's see, individual's address. Let's see, individual street address. Let me see. City is Baldwin Park. It's in California. Code 9. There it is right there. Sorry, Oregon system already. I gotta file another one. Today. Have you previously submitted and the law enforcement sort of yes. See, have you submitted this information to the law enforcement? Yes, we have. Right now, I have to go to FBI and put that form in. That's what we have to do. So we'll come and make another report. Now I'll contact them with the information to update this report that we did contact FBI and where the building is located. Also to with Allentown Police with this one. So I have to contact both of them to get that done. I'll do them on. Let's see. I'm calling the one. I got the number for Baldwin Park. So we'll contact the one in Baldwin Park and put that report in, and we'll contact the one over here in Pennsylvania. And then I have to go to Allentown. I have to file a report against him myself over there with the police. So I'm going to do that Monday morning. I'm not doing it today. I'll do it today. Get it done today. So you can have this. We can update and call them on Monday. Please submit criminal activity. Criminal activity. Let's see. Criminal activity. Individual is operating a 3D printer to counterfeit, sell, and storage. No, we want to put that a little better than that. Individual is using a 3D printer to print out trademark items to sell and stockpile. Now, it's called generally willfully trademark information. Using the 3D printer to create trademarks like brands, logos, products, replicas is generally considered willful trademark violation. It's a serious IP violation, as trademark owners have exclusive rights, meaning that the individual needs permission. This is what we're getting you on, Fernando. And we have now recent pictures showing more stuff was loaded on. There was more recent pictures that were sent out basically on that site showing he's been continuing to do these activities. Let me see. Individual is using a 3D printer to print out, let's put down print. Just clean it up a little bit. To print trademark teams to sell and stockpile for sale. We have proof of customers buying your items. We have proof of sales. We have proof of everything. Let me see. Let's see. Distributing for sale. Over here. This is the report we have to put in with them. There we go. Individual. Using a 3D printer to print trademark teams to sell. Wow. In storage units.
In storage units around Allentown. Sure.
What is the violation for storing stolen items in your storage unit? Storing. No, that's service. No. What is the violation for storing stolen items in your storage unit? Storing units. It's a serious crime, so she's going to go to jail for this one. Unfortunately, she's going to go to jail because you can't do that. It's against the law. So those items he has is considered stolen. Storing teams in a storage unit, seriously crime, typical prosecution receiving stolen property. As receiving stolen property should surely be hit with. In Chapter 39, possession of stolen goods. Yeah, you read it. It's crazy. She's going to go to jail for that because you're not supposed to do that. That's like hiding someone who's wanted for the police. Can't do that. So she's going to lose her license. Number one, license is gone. She's going to lose that. She's going to definitely hit her. And then that trade unit, whatever we found where they're doing the trades at, they're making the sales at. Yeah, he's in there because there's cameras all through that whole place. There's cameras when you're walking in, cameras when you're walking out. He was recorded the entire time going in and out of this building, selling these items. There's cameras throughout that whole place. So they picked up that table. So there's no way you can't say he wasn't in there. There's only several trade units at that caliber in California. Let me see. Receiving stolen property. That would be receiving stolen property. But that's near here. There. We'll file that later. I'm going to put it down right here. Without authorization. Let me see. Without authorization. Make sure that's in there. Let's see. Right here. Let's see. Individual is printing out trademark. Major trademark license teams. That's the first one. You fill that out right there. We got several of these tabs open up. Let's see. We'll put down. Get this out. Put in. Individual should be a capital there. Individual is using a 3D printer to print major trademark license teams to distribute without authorization. Without permission or authorization from let me finish. Without permission or authorization from the companies. Without permission or authorization from the companies. Now, tell me what I'm writing here is a lie. That's why we got everything on camera. So when we sit there and on this camera and play Karen at the end of the day and say, oh, I didn't do it. I got it right here. I record everything I do. Literally record everything I do. There we go. So, individual is using a 3D printer to print major trademark license teams without permission or authorization from the companies. Companies. Stockpiling stolen merchandise. Piling. Wait, I'm going to get their act together. AI. Stockpiling merchandise in storage containers. Stockpiling. Put down an N next to that because that would be N. So there would be a period there. N. Stockpiling. Stolen. Stolen. Stolen trademark license teams. Trademark license teams. Also, too, I'll be adding there. You also took 2D. Or we had a process server. We'll explain it to the process servers that come to your door. For our problem we have with you with touching our freaking license material. So not only are we going to be able to go in and talk about what you've been doing to other companies, but also talk about what you personally done to us. We had to have a process server go to your front door. We had to file with the CCB. We've had problems with you touching our copyrights and our material. So yeah, I'll be adding all that in there. When Monday morning comes, and Monday and Tuesday, I will be going back to the courthouse. I will be filing criminal charges against you, Mr. Fernando Gonzalez, or Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, for the pictures that you posted, which is clearly defamation. It's a hate crime that you filed, that you committed against me. Also, too, showing it's defamation and slander. So I'll be filing criminal charges against you. You will be coming to Pennsylvania. It depends on what agency gets to you first. But the minute you do step foot here in Pennsylvania, I will have you arrested. So you know that. So we have I'm going to go and file all that in, and then I'll be filing another lawsuit against you for basically using my face without my permission. So that's also too coming up. Keep in mind, debt collectors will be at that door, whether you're there or not, whether you're in jail or whatever, they will be there to collect my stuff. These are several lawsuits I'll be hitting you with. That's not the first one. This is one out of many I'll be filing against you. One of the lawsuits I'm going to be seeking in civil court, it's going to be $150,000. And with the landlord, for him, because you are undocumented. You do not have a lease in that apartment, and he knows this from the door, and the activity will be suing him for a couple $1 million. So you can feel free to reach out to me, because I would love to have a conversation with him. And unfortunately, Fernando's been having people contact us that are not the landlord. Of course, you can't have the landlord find out about it. If you have to have somebody else reach out to me that's not the landlord, and you can't tell the landlord exactly what's going on, that means you have something to hide. Let me see. Now, keep in mind, individuals who know Fernando and you've participated in the activity of attacking our company, you'll be added into everything. Now, we need to let them know that you guys all know each other, you all work with each other. All of you now will be added in every single police report, every file with the FBI, everything. Because you guys don't know each other, right? Of course, we got you in Crowcats, all smiling together. Let me see. Stockpiling, merchandise, and storage container, and a storage container, NA. We saw one. NA storage container. We have proof of everything we just said, right? We have video of you doing this, right? Okay. And a storage container. Yeah, Fernando wants people to believe that we are jealous. Yeah, Fernando. I'm jealous because I don't have the opportunity of being locked up, being hunted by U.S. Marshals, being deported out of the country. I'm really jealous about that. And I'm jealous about being cramped in a little one-bedroom little apartment. Been there for like 15-something years. I've had multiple houses. Yeah, I'm really jealous about all that. I'm really jealous. Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, we're about to get contracted again. So yeah, whatever. But let's finish this. We got to get this done. I'm gonna go play. I want to do some recordings out in the snow today. Let's see, individual using a 3D printer, trademark license, obtained authorization from the companies, stockpiling merchandise, and storage unit. And multiple transactions of selling stolen merchandise to customers. Let's see, we have selling stolen merchandise to customers. Retail crime, OCR, we got to contact them. Because that's exactly what he did. And then we'll show you, go back as far as the Frankenstein, Universal Studios. You've been using her name. We got receipts. Well, basically, file one for perjury on your LLC because you did commit crimes there. All these reports from now on, anything we receive from them, any document, any update goes to every single agency we make contact with from now on. Now, like I said, you feel that I'm actually a person who files a report, they can't file these reports through ICE. You have to have a ton of information about the person. You have to have a ton of information about yourself. You can't just file it for the sake of filing this. Because if this is the case and this is false, and you're not these people that didn't done anything at all, period, you can have me locked up. You literally can have me locked up right now. And I'm right here on the camera recording this whole thing. So if anything I just said about the counterfeiting, anything I just said is incorrect, it's not true, you can have me locked up for it. If I'm sitting here lying about it. You know I'm not. You know I'm telling the truth. All right then. All right, let me see here. Stolen merchandise. Let's see. And multiple transactions of selling stolen merchandise to customers. While selling and promoting items at trade shows. That's my fault. While selling and promoting items at trade shows. Selling and promoting stolen teams at trade shows. Which you did, right? Am I lying about that? Nope. All right then. So Fernando's easy way out to try to make people look away. Again, it's a perfect example of Trump. He is. Trump does that kind of stuff. Trump does the most destructive stuff on the face of the planet and then turns around and tries to distract people so they don't have to, think too much about what he just did. Literally, this is what he did. So he figures, okay, so this guy's going to go out and slander my name. How would I be How would it even be possible, Jamie? You got so much stuff against you. You slander your own name. But that's what he does. And that's also a perfect example of Satan. At the end of the day, Satan will tell Fernando to do all this dumb stuff, and he'll go out and do it, then get busted while doing it, and then turn around and get angry at the people who expose him by committing more crimes through Satan. There is just what he did. That's a perfect example of what I told you about. Perfect example. Let's see, while selling and promoting certain teams at trade shows. Licensed trademark teams. Let's see. Selling, promoting. Unauthorized. Promoting. Wow. Selling and promoting unauthorized licensed trademark teams at trade shows. I have witnessed multiple YouTube videos showing multiple 3D printing machines. I will testify against you in court if you do make it. I have witnessed multiple YouTube videos showing multiple 3D printing machines. Am I lying about that? Tell me yes or no. I have witnessed multiple YouTube videos showing multiple 3D printing machines. Being used in his apartment without building code. Being used in front without building code. And here, right here. If likely, legal possession of safety and risk for instruction and health can lead to force of eviction. So he runs the risk now of getting removed from the apartment building. And we're going to be giving this file over to it's FBI back over to building code to let them know we followed everything. We're done. So it's up to them now to go in and get what they got to get done. If they don't, then basically they're going to be in trouble. Baldwin Police Department, yeah, we just contacted FBI. We contacted Homeland Immigration. This is our file number right here. Get to work. And when the lawsuit goes through, it will be stated in the lawsuit of agencies that did not act on this situation. And we may file lawsuits against you for neglect. So get to work. We're not playing around with this. Let's see, being used in its apartment without building coding, or building code, let's see if we have building code without building code. Authorization. It's authorization. You would need authorization to do that. That'd be the word I'm looking for. Authorization. Let's see. Without building code. Code enforcement. Authorization. Code enforcement authorization. Code enforcement authorization. Code enforcement authorization without code enforcement authorization. Being used without building code. I mean, it's supposed to be building. Building code authorization. Building code. Authorization without building code authorization, aka code enforcement, involving part, which we reached out to them with our report. Let me see. Without building code. Now, Fernando, if you think none of this stuff will affect you in any way whatsoever, what we follow here in Pennsylvania will affect you. Because again, like I said, all we have to do is follow this. Allentown Police Department, they're going to send this report to Baldwin Police Department over in your neck of the woods. They're going to take this information from the officer, and they're now going to file an investigation against you. Meanwhile, we're going to go to the courts and get more stuff done. And the courts, because medical condition, I can't fly, you'll have to come here. I have to go to a DA and put all that information in for that to show that, hey, we can't go from A to B. Doctors are signing off on this. I can't fly. That means you have to come here now. With that being said, that means you have to go through an airport. And we all know we've flown. Most people have flown already before. You know we'll have to go through airports. You're not show us ID since the 9/11 incident. You have to show who you are. You can just pop on an airplane. So if you have to fly down here, because you have to make it down here today. You can't go by bus or anything else. You can't even drive down. It's not going to work. You have to be down here that day. If you don't show up for the lawsuit, worst will happen is that collector will take your stuff. But the criminal charges, on the other hand, you have to show up for those. If you don't show up and you fail to report for a criminal charge, this is an automatic bench warrant, which means they'll sign an issue or whatever they got, a warrant, whatever, over to California Baldwin Police Department and have to go pick you up. Just to let you know, this is what's going to happen. Let's see, without code building, code enforcement authorization. Please note that 3D printing machines can produce very hazardous and poison particles that could basically, am I right here? Yeah, 3D print research right here. It already tells about these particles that come off 3D printing machines that are extremely at serious health risk. Let's see. Studies found that 3D printing machines release a gas, a particle, which could cause and pose health risk. I'm going to put that right in there because that's a perfect way of putting it. Right there. And he's been wearing no mask. Windows have been still shut, as you saw in the videos. Windows were shut the entire time. He was printing out all those masks. So that means that apartment is saturated in those particles. I have to call SPCA too because of the animals in the apartment. And you're not supposed to have 3D printing machines around animals, especially in that close, compact area that he's in right now. He has chemical. He has paints in there. Who knows how he's disposing the waste. There's a whole lot of stuff, a lot of things that are going on in there. Let's see. I'm going to call him on this. I want to put something down that says hearsay. Make sure we're on this. Because we can add that in there. They'll do the research on the machines. He's not supposed to have machines to begin with. Let's put it down. Also operating in a legal business without a license for the state of California. Right there explains what happens if you operate in a legal business and unlegal business. You know, here's beef up here. Let's see. YouTube videos show multiple 3D printing machines being used in his apartment without building code enforcement authorization. And also operating a California. I'm gonna bring this down to California without a business license. Am I wrong on that? Do you have a business license? You have a business license. Let's see it. Show us your business license. You don't have a business license. I know I have several business licenses. I know what goes with to apply for a business license. So there's no way in the world we get that license without proper paperwork. Let me see. Without building code enforcement authorization. Okay, without building code. And let's see. You can chalk this up to whatever you want because everything I'm saying here is the truth. So go ahead on your channel and scream and yell and do the usual stuff that you do. But at the end of the day, what we have here shows proof. Now, if all this is false, you can have me locked up right now. That's why I'm recording all this. Let me see. Without putting code violations, without operating without operating, just without operating the business. It says perfect. All right, let me see. Without building code enforcement authorization and also operating a business without a license for the state of California. me sum it up. All right, without a license for the state of California, but you are supposed to have. Where's the cube? I need to print that out. I think I have it on this phone. I have to file for that one too. Let me see. We have that one. I can drop it to this site right here. What's this number? I'm gonna drop it here. See, and our registration number, I can dig my registration number up. Okay, I'll go to copyright records and dig a registration up, put that in there. Make sure our registration number, unauthorized user using our cube, and also too, we had the file, okay. We've had multiple encounters with Jamie Fernando Gonzalez. Jamie Fernando Gonzalez. Using our copyrighted material for his own personal use. Using our copyrighted material for his own personal use. Use copyright material use. Which we did not give him authorization to use. Which we did not give him authorization to use. See right here, Fernando? We got everything on you. That's why I had a process server go and send to his store. That was the cease and desist order that was sent to him by a lawyer telling him to leave the stuff alone. Yeah, we had to reach out. On that address has 317 Kern Street on it. So now they got to look into 317 Kern Street. Who's at that apartment or house at the end of the day? Yeah, we've been through this mess with you, man. So you're going to sit there at the end of the day and say you don't commit crimes, that we don't have a right to contact this agency about you, that you're being singled out because you're Mexican? Yeah, okay, sure. Let's see, copyrighted material, which we did not give him authorization to use. Which led to us filing a report with the CCB. Which led to follow a report. No, that's not spelled correctly. Yeah, I can't decipher from LED to LEAD. Which ended up to, that sounds much better. Which ended up to. Now, am I lying about this? Right here? About the statement I made here. Is this a lie too? Let me see. Which ended up to. Oh, no. Be nice. I just need this section right here. Let's see. Which ended up to us following a report with the CCB and having a process server from the court post a court order to his front door, apartment E. And having a process server from the courts post a court order to his front door at in California at address. His full address in there. Okay, CCB, and having say blah blah blah. See a report. Follow the report. Let's see blah blah blah. Copyright using our copyright material for his own personal use, which we which we did not give him authorization to use, which led to which ended up to us following a report with the CCB and having a process server from the courts post a court order to his front door address. We are just right here because we had a post 2. Tell me if I'm lying here. And address. I will be filing another set of charges with the CCB. I will be filing additional new violations. Put down new violations. I will be filing new violations with the CCB. And CCB stands for Copyright Claims Board. Now, this one you lose 30 grand. Now that works, same guy's going to be at your address and knock on that door. So, same thing as before. So, this time we're going to give him authorization to serve anyone in the apartment that's over the age of 18, including your wife. I will be filing a new violation. violation, new copyright violation. Copyright. Copyright. I want a picture where that Q is at too. To bring that up and show proof of that too also. I'll be following that one too today also too. Let me see. Copyright. Copyright. Let me just send that over to copyright. Make sure that right. Gotcha. Facebook's page is back. My buddy just sent me a picture. I said Facebook page is back. Good. That's our logo right there. Let me see. So this is the Facebook page we're on now of the fellow we're basically filing the report with ICE. This is Jamie Fernando Gonzalez right here. As you can see, he's using our 2D artwork which is copyrighted with the government, and he's been using our stuff without our permission. So right there, here we go. He posts my new logo. I'm gonna get a picture of that, so we can file for that today. Make sure we get his old name in there. There we go. And that 2D artwork has a copyright sitting on top of it. And this is a person who claimed at the end of the day that he has committed no crime whatsoever. He's being singled out because he's Mexican and that we're racist. And that right there belongs to us. What people don't realize is that cube itself is 2D artwork. It belongs to my company. He's been using our logos without our permission. And of course, you know the screen paint store already. We ripped off all its customers. Let me see, but we're not here about that. Here we go, emails. We need all of these. Email. I'm going to post our registration number. So you can see right there. The page is back up. That's good. That's fantastic. Let me mark this right here. Okay, so we have it there using our 2D artwork permission right there. And you put down 3D on it, which again, 3D printing, again, using unauthorized use of a 3D printer. And also on top of that, using our trademark cube to commit acts of using people's trademark material without permission. Right there. So again, can't make this stuff up. Let's go over here and follow the report for that. Let me see. CCP. Following the violation CCP from. Let's see. Correspondence at front door. Okay. Part. Let's see. Let me see. New violation. Update new copyright violation using our 2D artwork without permission. Update new copyright violation using our using our 2D artwork without our permission. 2D artwork without our permission. Oh, we went over. Wow. All right, cool. We literally did 1,000. I told you we do 1,000 easy. All right, let me see. Update. I just need this right here. This is all I need. Using our. So what do we need? Let's see. Court order. Post to the front door. Apartment E. Update. Let's see. Let's remove update because we surpassed. We don't need all that in there. Update. I'll put down I will be filing because I'm in the process of filing for that. So that's all we need right there. We maxed out 2,000. It's a lot to put in there, but we got everything in there. We're gonna need it. Anything else I need, we'll call and we'll update everything on that with the CCB, and we're following against some for basically using the copyright or 2D artwork. Oh, let me see. I need copyright records. Copyright records. So that's, we got tons of them in there. I'll contact them and update them on everything else. And I'll be contacting FBI for using my copyrights without permission also too, file a report with them. So let me get a printout of that too. Let me see. And I just got the rest of your information. We'll confirm with all that. Should be good to go. Let's see Facebook. Oh, Jamie, you're innocent, right? As you said, you don't touch no one's stuff. You know, you're being singled out because you're Mexican. That's what you're saying, right? Okay. Not a problem at all. I got a bunch of charges I'll be filing against you today. Also, too, I'm updating everything here with immigration. Let's see. And I'm recording the whole thing so everybody can see what's being put in here since he feels he doesn't commit any crimes. This is recent. So that means at the end of the day, buddy, that's my material right there. You're using it without my permission. So guess what? Another processor will be coming to the door. And keep in mind, this guy will be showing up, and he knows where you're at already. He can serve your wife also, too. And your kids. If your kids are over the age of 18, he can also serve them. Anyone coming out of that apartment is getting served. So good luck with that one. Let me see what we have here. I'm going to put this report in. Okay, this is the TDO right here. There. I want to be able to get an image of both. And showing the QR code at the same time. That's what I need. And you got down here your new logo, right? That's your new logo? That's what you stated, right? Okie doke. You don't learn anything, do you? This time you can't hide in the kitchen. Let me see. Let's grab. I need to post this one over. Yeah, that's what I want. Okie doke. Let me see. Okay. I need to print out that one. We have for the police. They're going to police today, and I don't follow this today. Let's see. This will be the update for immigration. All this is going to happen today. And then Monday morning, I'm going to go in and make the rest of the phone calls so that everything will be open. Which means I will be calling immigration and putting in the rest of the report because there's so much of it. We maxed out at 1,000. All right. I have to give them over my information for my copyrights that we have. Let me see. Copyright records. Copyright records. Copyright. Too close to the copyrights. Copyright records. Record search. I have a registration. There it is, Jamie. That's what you touched. So, my stuff is registered with the United States government. That cube you just touched, that's my work. I had to do a search on that, which means I had to do a global search to figure out how many people had that. I'm the only one who has that. It's mine. And you put on your page and put 3D next to it. What I find interesting about this is the fact that you thought it'd be funny to take our cube, and which is a copyright violation, and put your business, which is a violation against trademarks. Yeah, good luck with that one. Let me see. This is right here. I'm going to print this out so we can have this for the officer and also too for the CCP. A certified PDF form. So my certified PDF form. Let me see. I need to print this out. I'll be taking this over to FBI because they deal with that nonsense also. Oh, printer needs to be on. No, like I said, anything I do on camera, I back it up 100%. So since you said that you're singled out, you want to make everybody believe you're singled out, you're being we're against you. Our company's come against you because you're Mexican, and that's the only thing. You haven't done anything else. That's what you said, right? That's what you're saying in that whole statement, right? All right, then. We'll see you in court. We will definitely see you in court. I'm filing charges today, which means that we're going to have you here and you'll be over here in Pennsylvania. Or whatever agency hits that door. Because I told you, with this whole trademark nonsense mess, since we're filing over here, that means that that file goes to Baldwin Police Department, and they have to start the investigation. We have to come to your apartment. And that's also what would trigger out code enforcement officers and everything else that needs to be there. You don't have a license in the state of California to be selling this stuff. And then on top of that, you don't have documents. You have a fake lease. Yeah, we'll go from there. Let's see. This is my registration number with the government right there. And right here at the bottom, Mr. Fernando, did you ever see what this says? Author, creator, see what it says? 2D artwork, which means that cube is mine. So it doesn't make a difference if you take the name off of it. The cube is mine. That's like the swoosh from Nike. It doesn't make a difference if you turn it backwards, if you stand it up, if you do it this way. It doesn't make a difference. It's theirs. It's their 2D artwork. That's what it's called. That swoosh is a 2D artwork. So that cube is 2D. It's mine. You went to your page, as you call yourself. You don't do anything wrong. You're an innocent person. You're just being marked because you're Mexican. That's it. Joe Innocent took a trademark item that belongs to my company, and this is not the first time we've had problems with you. We had to have a process server go to his front door for the same mess again. Now we're going back again. All right, then. We'll see you in court. And whoever comes to that door first. So basically, do what needs to be done. Since you feel that you haven't done anything wrong whatsoever. Oh, and by the way, this is the title of the artwork. Crystal Edge Technology Screens. But you don't do anything wrong. Remember, that's what you said. Okay, sure. It's Jamie just feels that he's being singled out. You know, Karens do that mess. That's what Karens do. Karens go out and they do that nonsense. Okay, good. We have it downloaded. Let me see. We got the picture for it. I have to upload the picture. We did the picture right. Picture would be under. Let me see. There we go. Keep that separate. This is going to be for a separate charge. This is recently, right? Okay, using my cube without my permission. We can also show a track record through a process server that was at your front door and pictures showing your door was posted at apartment E. So that means everything I'm saying, I wouldn't be lying when I'm writing in this report with ICE. All right? Okay. So make sure on that, because, you know, Crow will go full Karen on you at the end of the day and say, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm being singled out in the day, you know. He's prosecuting me. I never did anything wrong. Oh, okay, sure. Mind you, when this video is done, it'll be posted all through Google. It'll be everywhere. Showing me doing this report. and showing substantial evidence, which we can show to any judge at the end of the day, that we went out and we filled out this form because due to the fact this person was going on YouTube and saying that was racist, we're singling him out because he was Mexican, he didn't do anything wrong. All right, that's what you put. That's what you wrote, right? That's you want to claim at the end of the day, right? You didn't do anything wrong. We just singled you out out of nowhere because you're Mexican, right? All right, no problem. Not a problem at all. I'm seeing in court, Fernando. You don't show up in court. You already know what's going to happen. So I'd advise you do show up. Try to make the effort. Well, you better make the effort to get down here. You better make the effort to figure out how to get down here. The last thing you don't want a bench warrant on you. Look at this, already. I got a stack on you already today. Now I have to go down and report you on. Alright, so this is all for the copyright. This is for ICE immigration. Let's keep all that separate. Report. I'm going to basically print out my report for this one too. That'll be the up-to-date one, so I'll update my folder. Get this one printed out. This is for the using our trademarks without permission. There's this address attached to it. That's right there. This is what ICE, that's with them. The second report we had to put out. This is for the 3D printing stamps. This is for using our space without permission. That's another charge. There's address for that one. It's going to be going to FBI and other agencies, so we need this one for that one too. Put that one here. That's for there. This one, and there we go. Okay, right. All right. And also to let me get oh, I got a clear picture of that too. Yeah, definitely a clear picture of that one. Take that out. My page, it has it right there. That's this page. Always so close up on this thing. Go back some. All right, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. We have a document here. It clearly shows that our cube is registered with the United States government. We have an official copyright registration. This is the date of where we had time, sorry, 2016, where I basically registered my copyright. This is the name of the 2D artwork, which is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. And right here, author would be Kenneth Bird, and author creation would be 2D artwork, which is the cube. Right here on a site over here by a fellow by the name of Crow 1176, Jamie Fernando Gonzalez. We do have his full address. We did have to file with the CCB. The first time we had problems with him touching copyrights. We did have a process server go to his front door. Now he's repeating the process again with using our queue without permission. So I'm just documenting all this for court. And as you can see right here, that's him making a mockery of our logo, claiming this copyrighted material belongs to him. So we do have other evidence also too, showing him using and slandering the cube without permission. Well, we wouldn't give him permission to do that, but anyway, yeah, attacking our logo. And here we have, let me see, let's go back here. There we go. Come at this. All right. So everything we have here, this is for Black's Tradition right here. Let's go back over here. All right. So I'm good to go right here. Thank you so much. There we go. So that's all I need to do. Just record that because you're not supposed to have that cube on your page. We told you multiple times to remove it. I sent you orders up not to touch our stuff to begin with. But you know, when that order goes through 317 Kern Street, it's going to show up in the day that your brother's address is going to come up in this mess. And then we have all this stuff to get the FBI showing basically, yes, he was printing up people's stuff without permission. These are the Michael Meyer masses he was making money off. Yeah. Goes on and on with this guy. Let me see. So everything that I wrote in the document for ICE is 100% legit. So he can't come on and say that, hey, look, you know, he singled me out. I didn't do anything wrong. This, that, and the other, which he has a habit of doing, and then posting pictures saying I'm racist. All right, let's go over here. I need to go back to that form. So there we go. Let's see, CCB. Okay, that's all there. And do you have additional business division report on? Do you have an additional business report on? Let me see. Yes, we do. He's running the company under the his 3D paints. Yes. Yeah, I complete another form. Okay, we'll complete another form for that too also. All right, and this is a whole policy right here. It tells you commit perjury, all that stuff. You're going to jail. So everything in here has to be legit and by the book. And as you can see, I backed up everything I did, as I always do on camera. Mr. Fernando wants to make everybody believe that he's being singled out because he's Mexican. That's what he wants everybody to believe. But Mr. Fernando's been committing a lot of very serious crimes. Counterfeiting, stockpiling, and storing counterfeit items in his storage unit. Well, now his sister's storage unit now. She's going to be involved in that mess. We have everything from basically touching our copyrights to begin with. All types of stuff he's been doing. So, again, I know you want to act like you're Joe Innocent. You don't do anything wrong at all whatsoever. You're an innocent guy. You feel like you should be labeled in with people at the end of the day that are over here not getting in any trouble, minding their own business. And you want to be like them, saying, yo, I'm innocent. And this is a picture he posted right here saying I was racist. Kenneth Bird, that's what he posted on his account. And we called ICE. Yes, Jamie, I did call ICE. As a matter of fact, I'm right here filling another report for you. So if you're saying at the end of the day that you're being singled out because you're Mexican and you didn't do anything wrong, oh yeah, okay, sure. Sure you didn't. Okay. We'll just go with that one at the end of the day. You didn't do anything wrong. Okay, sure. All right. So we'll go from there. You can explain to those agencies when they make contact that you didn't do anything wrong and you're Mr. Innocent. That's all we need from there. And this is also to the police incident report on him too also. Yeah, this is his police incident report. All right. We also got something with the FBI if you call in the police and trying to swat us. We have that too also. So I want to make sure I pull that one too also. And the name he gave out was his last name. So yeah, that was a bad idea. So as you can see, everything's here. I want to make a copy of what we wrote here. So I have this to have it on record. Copy this. I'm going to go pop over and make sure that we got all spelling correctly. Let's go over to my account. And let's bring up new. And here. Make sure we ain't got any. Two. I repeated it. Repeat word twice. Two. Oh, cool. We didn't get any mistakes in here. Gee whiz, that's pretty good. 1,000. 1,000 and not one mistake. Only I repeated one thing twice. Oh, yeah, good. Cool. That's awesome. It's one of the games I like to play on how many mistakes I might get at 1,000 letters. That's why I can never understand when they give you that whole thing with you have to do a book report on 5,000. You're like, oh my God, how you go through 5,000 so fast? It's not even funny. But if you've done the research, see, if you've done the research, you would know all that stuff. Yeah, I do over 5,000. I can do 10,000 book report easily. So I have so much stuff I want to talk about, like with this and that, and this particular area and all that. Next, you know, we be at 10,000 paid. Like Mr. Bird, I didn't ask for a book. I said 5,000. I said, yeah, but I had stuff I had to tell you about. And then the rest of the class, like, you had to go overboard. Like, what you do? Write the same word over and over again twice? Nah, we write that whole. I do that whole thing. I wanna. This is on here. I want to print out of this, but oh yeah, a print on this. We had to write in, but also too. Can we get a print of this? Okay. I got to copy and paste this to a folder and mark it so we can print it if we want to. So let's get ourselves a whatchamacallit here. So put this in here and put it there. All right, perfect. So that's our copy right there for ourselves. We send it to any agency and show exactly what we wrote. This is our statement that we have here. File and save. Let's see. Keyboard. Let's see. Put down Crow, but it brings up all this stuff. Crow 11, 6. Ice. Crow 11, ice. Perfect. That right there. All right, save that folder. So now we have that. Oh, okay. No problem. Let's see, location. We put location. Oh, location. Let me see. Location. Can you put it in documents? There we go. Got to throw a location somewhere. All right, that's saved. All right, I'm going to go back in and put that back in because we only had one mistake in that one. Make sure that's clean. Let's go back over that one. Let's go through. Now we got to fill another report out for something else for touching the copyrights. Let's see. Let's go here and take this out and put the new one because we did the better spelling on this one. There we go. All right, so everything's filled out to the best of my knowledge. Okay. Let me see. We have what, 31? 31 remaining. I'm going to make sure I contact them. Let them get my contact information. Let them know I'm linked to this file right here. I'll give them all a contact. So every time I put this in, all my contact information's there, but I like to call in and give my phone numbers. Anything they need to reach me by, they can reach me right out to. See, gentlemen, you don't do that. What you do is you go out and commit false reports. You file one of these, you file one of these, you see how detailed it is? It asks for all your information. You mess up on this form in any way whatsoever, you thought the perjury charges you received from an LLC is jacked up. These things are gross. This is a serious government document. You can't lie on these things. This will get you in a ton of trouble. So you have to be legit. That's why I came on here, did everything on camera, so you can see exactly how the process is done, but also see that everything that we provided was 100% legit. Unlike Fernando, who goes up there and makes false accusations by slamming me and saying that I'm racist because you feel that you're Mexican and we singled you out because you're Mexican and you didn't do anything wrong, right? That's what you're stating, right? All right, then. We'll see. I'm not a robot. And submit. That's it. They just received it. So now file has been updated. We will go back in and update file again. This one will be recorded. The next one we're going to be reporting with them is again for touching our queue without permission. We didn't give you permission, Fernando, to put that on your page and then put an illegal business attached to my company by stating that, oh, I'm going to take, so that's like taking Nike and putting something to do with raw with child labor or something crazy attached to it that could tarnish your name. You took my cue without my permission. So I'll be filing another one against you today. Now today I will be going down to Allentown Police Department and I will be filing charges on everything we have here on this table. And then when that's done, Monday morning, I'll be contacting FBI and filing for everything on this table, and I will update them to let them know that you are undocumented. Now, you feel at the end of the day that you have a right to be in this country? Do you feel that? Because you literally have committed crimes. And by the way, Fernando, whether I be black, purple, blue, green, whatever color I am, I was born here in America, so I'm an American citizen. And that's what you did. You came here and openly attacked American citizens. You attacked that woman at the carrying place. You have attacked the family members. You have attacked Christians. We are Americans at the end of the day. And you have no right to come over here and do the kind of nonsense that you've been doing, including stealing from our companies to profit and make money off our companies. You wouldn't like it if I went over to your country and basically stole your merchandise and started making money and printing it out and selling it over to you. You wouldn't like that at all, would you? You wouldn't like half the stuff if I did here, if I did it over in your country. So why are you coming over here and doing it over here? Now, to clear this up, and I have tons of Mexican friends. I have people that are married pretty soon in my family, pretty soon, in my family that are Mexicans. First things first, you want to claim me as being racist at the end of the day? You're claiming me to be racist, Fernando, because you got caught and busted. It's exposed that you are a criminal. You have committed serious crimes here in United States soil. You are worthy of deportation. That's what you're worthy of. Anyone else that's been here has done nothing that you've done on the scale that you have done whatsoever. It's just coming here to work, get a job, basically get an education, trying to go to college, do something, you know what I mean, better, you know, with their life, not the destruction of matter. You have just opposed. They have a right to be here. They have a right to be here as long as they want to be here. That's what I'm against. I'm against people being snatched off the street that have a right to be here. If you're a criminal, you're committing crimes, you don't have a right to be here. Just like us as American citizens, if we're here robbing banks and raping and killing and murdering, do we have a right to be free? We do not have the right to be free. So that's why there's a court system here to make sure that people who carry on and do these acts deserve to be locked away. Like I was. I was out there in the street carrying on, causing all these problems for other people, making other people's lives miserable. So guess what? I got locked up and detained. I got taken off the street. That's what they do. That's what we do here. They don't get there and say, well, you know, he didn't do anything wrong, and I just let him go run and go right. No, we don't do that, because it'd be a crazy society at the end of the day. It'd be the purge if that was the case. We have rules and regulations we have to follow. And you have to follow the same rules here as if I have to follow the same rules. So if I go to your country, I have to show respect when I'm there also. So since you don't understand none of this, we'll let these guys at the end of the day take care of it for us. And that's how it's going to be handled, Fernando. So you go on, you have your racist rants of saying that, oh, we're racist and we're this and that and the other, and we'll just continue to file. But I guarantee you, I'm going to have you out of there. And the Lord already told me you're facing judgment. You're on your way out. You're facing judgment. He takes the Lord as a joke. It doesn't bother me. You think at the end of the day that the devil tells you that, oh, say, seek and find God, that's going to upset him. No, that doesn't upset me at all, period. You know, at the end of the day, you're going against God at the end of the day. You're making a statement to him. That's a statement we got from God. That doesn't bother me. That's what the devil told you, to put that down there because that would upset me. Jamie, why would I be upset with that at the end of the day? You're condemning yourself at the end of the day. It's a sad thing. That's what it comes down to. You're a sad, sad thing because you are condemning your own soul. Nope. I've seen many just like you, Fernando. I've seen drug dealers, all types of people just like you. They literally thought they were above the law, do whatever they want to do at the end of the day. And some of these people are spending 15, 30 years in the prison system. Some are still there right now. Yeah. Sat on the corner, went out there, and I've talked to him every day. Like, look, man, you might want to get out of this business. You want to do something better. Go to a trade school, do something. Go back, get your GED, something. You don't want to be here like this. Out there selling, slinging their drugs and making their money, and they live in that moment life. They live in that, I got the car, I got the sneakers. Those are trinkets. That's a trinkets. What you have at the end of the day are called trinkets. I've seen this in the hood all the time. They're trinkets. Like what did the guy said in Baby Boy, how he explained it? The difference between cheese and butter, how he explained it. Now you guys go out and you get the little trinkets, your little sneakers and cars and stuff. You don't plan for the future. You don't go and invest in art. You don't go invest in real estate. None of that stuff. You don't do any of that stuff. He learned all that when he went to the prison system, the difference between the two. So what you're doing is, as a man at 48 or 49, I think he's 49 years old, you're doing what a 16-year-old kid or an 18-year-old man does on the corner. They living for that moment. And the moments don't last long. They never do. I had a guy on the corner I talked to just about every day. He was a nice guy in there. I talked to him every day. And I said, man, look, you can go to a trade school, man. I bring him stuff up like, look, they got trade schools and stuff. He graduated from school. He got a diploma. I said, just go to trade school, man. There's a lot of places. You ain't got the money, but they got the funding, man. You get the funding, you can go. Trying to get him off that corner. He got 15 years. He got pinched. They caught him with a lot of stuff on him. He got 15 years. And that's 15 years. And people understand, so what's this 15 years? No. That's 15 years if you survive it. That's if you survive it, 15 years. Some people don't make it on the first day. That's if you survive to make it there that long. The transformation of when some people come out of that unit is insane. Faces are all scarred up from fighting and all. It's crazy. So yeah, it's a transition. It messes with your head and all that stuff. But either way, like I said, at the end of the day, yeah, he's gone. Over a little bit of trinkets, a car and a little few things here, make a little bit of money. That 5,000, whatever. That's not a lot. That's not money at the end of the day. That's nowhere near money at the end of the day. You sold your soul for money, for little bits. That's what you sold your soul for. When you could have did something better with that. You could have come here at the end of the day, worked and got your citizenship, and start legitimate business, something you can pass on to your son or daughter when you leave this earth. You didn't do anything. You didn't leave anything behind for them. You left misery behind for him. And God knows when these big companies at the end of the day, they're going to be told. We already monitor them, but they're going to be told by these agencies that, hey, look, there's an investigation going on. Your stuff is on this table. This is going to get bad because now you're not going to be there. So they may take this out on your kids, and that could happen. It says that, yeah, it usually doesn't pass over. But, you people got lawyers at the end of the day, and the courts are kind of interesting at the end of the day. I can tell you that much. They're very interesting on how things are done. So this is what you basically told your kids, trained your kids at the end of the day, that it's okay to steal come here to this country, whichever born here, but it's all right to steal. That's what you're telling your kids. We're done on this conversation, Fernando. I've talked to you enough already. It's now about action. Our form's already filled out. Let me see if I got my update. Here's my update right there. Let me get my printout from my update. Let me see. That paper in there? That paper. You don't call me a racist person at the end of the day. You darn well will come up here and basically make it known at the end of the day what type of person you are. My people, like I said, my Mexican brothers and sisters don't like him. They could give him the nickname Mexican Trump. You make your own people look bad. All right, this is involving. This is a trademark. His address today for the police. Here. This is another piece of court for a racist nonsense. That's me. Court. Okay, there's his address. You got the address of here. Let's click like this. Okay, that's one right there. And then we have the violations of using my keys without permission. Okay, that'll be for FBI too also. And what do we have here on the table? So this is an update coming. We don't need this one. We got the update coming through right now, so we'll take that report. That's for ICE. Before contact them back. We need all this. All right, cool. I have everything here. Let me take care of that today. We'll make sure that downtown police know about this problem we've been having with you. Also, to let them know that you do not have paperwork. I told you, every agency now we touch base with will have this report showing we did have to file with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement about you. Now, Fernando, I know the devil's always in you. I hate to say it that way, but it's true. He's always in you. You're going to look at this, well, oh, he just hates me. Jamie, you committed crimes, man. You have to face the court. You're going to have to, okay? You can't get up there and say at the end of the day, oh, this and oh, that. No, you committed these crimes. You know the difference between right and wrong. We all do. This says nothing about hating you at the end of the day. It really doesn't. You went out and used my cue without permission. You went out and slandered my company. You said things about me that I was racist and all this other nasty stuff, trying to damage my company's name and who I am. So at the end of the day, I'm doing what is supposed to be done. I'm going to the proper channels to contact the proper agencies to get you put away. That's what I'm doing. That's what you're supposed to do. You didn't do any of that whatsoever. You just viciously went out and just attacked me. Now, if you felt that anything that I did here, anything that I posted, because that's what I used, the evidence that we have against you, if you feel that all that stuff is wrong, then how come you haven't called the police? How come you haven't had me arrested? How come you haven't had a lawyer come down here and put a cease and desist warrant on me? How come you haven't done any of that stuff whatsoever? So are you telling us, everybody on YouTube, that everything we basically did right now is completely false? You didn't do any of this stuff at all whatsoever? Okay, sure. I've seen plenty of those in lockup too. Plenty of people get caught doing some crazy stuff and they want to sit there and say I'm innocent. Plenty of those. Yep. Okay, Jamie. Well, it's interesting how you want to put down find and seek God, because soon you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to find and seek God. In the situation you're about to be in, you're going to have to find and seek God. I don't think you've done the research on basically what goes on when they detain you and the process you go through deportation and where they place you at. I think you really need to look into that, because it's pretty crazy. You are going to have to find and seek God. I find it interesting that you put something down there to mock me when it's something you're actually going to have to do. Because if not, Fernando, Satan's going to finish the job and he's going to get rid of you. That's what he's going to do. He's going to get rid of you. He's already, look at the process. Look at the stuff he's done to you already, and you have not even learned to pick up your cross and follow God. Look at this. Look at this mess you've done for yourself. And then with the lawsuit coming up too, and now with the criminal charges, and we're going to have a process server hitting that apartment now, and this process server now is going to be given an order that he can serve anyone. Your wife walks out of there, she can be served. Your kids walk out, I think they're over 18. If they're over 18, they can be served, and you can be served. So no matter where you go, this process server is going to follow you. He's going to get your license plate, all your information, because we got another private investor go down and get all the information, other information we need. They're getting all that stuff on you. So there's no place you can go. You go to your family's house, they're going to know where your family is. They're going to be out there to serve you. It doesn't make a difference where you go. You can be in a restaurant, I don't care. These guys will pop in and serve you. And that's what he's going to do. Even if he has to sit outside and wait outside your door for you. You use my cue without my permission, right? All right, then. That's who I'm hiring to come down. When you get everything done and taken care of, that's who I'm going to hire. We have right here. I need CCB. I'm going to file a report right now against you. Let me see. I need CCB. CCB. Right up this right here. CCB, Copyrights Claim Board. Now we got to go through this process again. See, I tried to give you a break, Fernando. I really did. Like I said, but Fernando got on his channel and screamed and ranted about by saying that the reason why we didn't have anything against him, and that's the reason why nothing happened. Jamie, the reason why nothing happened because we ran out of time, but I could have really went and just opened the case up and just did it all over again. I've done these before already. The first time you do it, it's a little complicated, but after you do it the first time, you can't ever forget it. So we know how to do it now. But the thing about it is, if the process server, if there was no evidence, and you don't know how court systems work, apparently you don't. So if the process server is at your door, that means that he got a court order to come there. That means there's enough evidence to hold you in court. That's why a process server is there, to bring you, to send you a piece of paper saying, hey, look, you got to appear in court certain amount of time. This is penalties if you don't show up, da-da-da-da-da. That's his job at the end of the day. Now, once he posts this to the door, he takes a picture and he sends that back to the court. And they set the court date up, which is in the letter. So the letter says, hey, you're going to be there August the 3rd. He takes a picture. He says, look, I posted it. He got the notice. They'll set it up for August the 3rd. And August 3rd, you're supposed to be there. If not, bench warrant and all that crazy stuff pops up. So that means that if a process server shows up, there is enough evidence for court. That's what it means. It doesn't mean there's not enough evidence. There's not enough evidence. He would have never been there to begin with. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, how about you go to the Baldwin Police Department and you explain what I just said to you, and they'll tell you the same thing right back. Yeah, he's correct. That's how it works. So when he posted to your door, that means that if he had got back to us in time, which he didn't, that means it canceled out. And that means it canceled out means we'd have to go through the process again of opening up the case, filling out which I did it already, and a little more than I did before, and I can get it taken care of. But I felt that should have been enough, because I figured that would have scared you enough to back it down. We just wanted you to leave our stuff alone. That's it. Just don't leave it alone. That's all. And we're willing to walk away from the whole thing. But you just want to be the big bad guy. And this is how we got to this road now. Now, as I said before, with the claim, I got to print that out too. We had to send that for the address on there too. That's what's messed up too, because he's going to be involved in this mess. But anyway, we sent you a cease and desist order. Excuse me. The cease and desist order was to tell you to back it down. Go somewhere else. I gave you that opportunity, man. I told you, back it down. And you refused to. You kept attacking us. Now, we turn around and we have a process server strike your door. Back it down. What do? You get on your YouTube channel, talk all this trash, blah, blah, da, 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 da. That was just controlling you left and right. And I'm like, look at this guy. He don't learn nothing. At the end of the day, we give him a freaking break after break, and he don't listen at all. Now, we don't give you any more breaks. Now we're going to hit you like a semi-truck. It's going to feel like a semi-truck hit the side of your building. That's what it's going to feel like. When there's so many agencies attacking and hitting that building in the day, from ICE, Homeland Security, whoever we can contact, we want to make sure they get all these files over and over again. Every single day, I'm going to take an hour out of my time every single day to walk over the agencies, to file court cases against you, everything and anything to get you down here or somebody to that front door to have you arrested for these charges if you have committed against me, my family, and friends, and also to committing these crimes in the United States as a non-citizen. So it's on. We'll see you soon. So I gave you plenty of opportunities. Can't sit on camera, so always accept me. We gave Fernando tons of opportunities. Fernando took none of them. He thinks he's a tough guy. Well, Fernando, let me explain something to you at the door. Where you're going at the end of the day, you go be a tough guy over there. See where I get you at the end of the day. You be a tough guy. And some of those guys in there, and I don't want to mention who they are, and I don't care at the end of the day. I don't want to go on that road. These are some very serious people at the end of the day, and these are not the type of people you want to play games with. Either the guards or those inmates. You do not want to play games with these people. They're not those type of people you want to play games. All this little nonsense you like to play at the end of the day, go play it over there. That's the one thing about lockup at the end of the day. And if you play those foolish games out here in the street, you will learn what happens if you go inside, what they end up to be. These are people in there who don't care at the end of the day. They don't care about getting extra charges. They don't care about none of that stuff. Period. So you put yourself in that situation. You got no one to blame but yourself. You want to get on camera and cry about how you're going to be separated from your family? You've done this to yourself. You have better opportunities. Everybody has opportunities to do something better. Can't blame anybody else. All right, I got to begin the process on this. I won't be doing this on camera. I got to fill everything on these forms here. Let me see. CCP electronic filing. And see the statement we have to agree to. We do agree to that statement. I've done these before. All right, I'm going to get ready to start on this for you touching my cube without my permission. Okie doke. All right, that's basically about it. As I said before, Fernando, I have nothing to hide whatsoever. So you can call me racist from sun up to sundown. Like I said, you feel that we singled you out because you're Mexican. So what Fernando wants everybody to believe, he singled me out because I'm Mexican. I don't do anything wrong. I haven't committed any crimes. What is wrong? You have delusion of grandeur or something, or some kind of mental block. You don't realize you've done all this stuff and everybody has seen you do this. I tell you, like I said, you're like a person who drives a car and comes down a hill and slams into a bus. Like all these people got you on camera, they recorded you doing it, and you take the car and you try to hide it and all this stuff, and then you see it on social media and you go, oh, I never did that. I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't there. And you're right there. People recorded you right there. Oh no, I didn't do any of that. That's not me. That's not me. That's somebody else. That's not me. That's how badly you lie. They call it delusion of grandeur. This is when a person lies so badly. He lies so much that he literally actually believes it. He could have done something right directly in front of you. You could have witnessed it and he will sit there and lie and say he didn't do it. That's what you have. You have delusion of grandeur. But keep in mind, in the system you're about to go in, delusion of grandeur, it can be a death sentence. Because if you steal from somebody over there, or you say something about somebody, they will bring it directly to your attention, right to your front door. They will. And if it gets out that maybe somebody that they're close to, a friend, say, hey, I heard so-and-so and so said it, they're going to believe him over you any day of the week. This is their cellmate then. There's a person they've been in there through and through. You're just getting there at the end of the day. They're not going to believe you on that. In the end, you run the situation that maybe the cellie might be lying because he just don't like you. See, this is a situation. That's where devil wants you. That's where Satan wants you to be at. Satan wants you to be in a situation where he has an even better and higher chance of getting rid of you. So his thing is, Satan pushes for most people, if not all people, to commit crimes because he knows in the system if he gets you in there, he has a high chance of getting rid of you. It sweetens his odds. All right, let me see what time we got. We got 8:20, so they're going to be opening up. They should be open now. So I'm going to go in there and file this police report and get this done. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday. It's a shame we have to go down this road on this nonsense. It really is. But, Jamie just doesn't learn whatsoever at all, period. But I think in this process he's about to go through, hopefully he finds God in this situation. Because, Jamie, what you wrote down on that, I told you, be careful about the things that you say and do. And the very thing that you wrote down there, find and seek God, that you're laughing about, you are going to find and seek God in the situation you're about to be in. You're going to have to. Because the only way out with Satan is going to be to take you out. And that is the place he's going to try to do it the most. So you're going to have God in that situation. When your life is going to be in danger 24/7 because the surrounding area that you're in is extremely hostile, you're going to have to find God. So the very thing he wrote on that page is the very thing he's going to need. Because the devil's going to try to finish the job. All right, people. Got to go. Find and seek God. Be blessed.